How's it going, everybody? Tobin here, 5M Family Homestead channel. If you're new to the channel, we appreciate you being here. If you like what you see, if you do us a favor and hit that thumbs up button, that subscribe or follow button, we would appreciate it. Our analytics on YouTube and Facebook show that a lot of people that watch our videos are not subscribed and not follow. So if you do that, you'll just get to see more of our stuff, and it helps us out in the process. So we would appreciate it. If y'all saw in a recent video, I planted a couple peach trees, and we got a lot of rain like the day after I planted them, and this ground's already kind of drying out. I need to get some, it's pretty wet right there, but I let those things sit. We bought them and they sit in the bag for about a month. Just got busy and hoping that they start, take back off and start budding out here pretty soon. So if y'all have watched our previous video, we've been replacing the siding on our mobile home that we live in here on our homestead. There was some issues. This is the north side of the house, and that's the northwest corner right there. We had a lot of issues with just all the rain and everything hits that that corner the most, and some of the things probably couldn't have been prevented, but some of them could have been. Just when this underpinning was installed, they should have run caulk all the way around this whole thing, and they didn't. Like I said, that corner gets by far the most moisture and water, so had some rotting spots on the old siding and even into the floor joist, the little cap for the floor joist. So if you haven't watched that video, go back and watch it. We replaced all this siding, had to take all the windows off, cut all the window holes out, all that kind of stuff. It took us about 3 days. We weren't working on it non-stop, but anyway, now I'm about to today start tackling, just kind of finishing up on this. I need to put all the soffit back, connect it, run all the underpinning back, and then just a little miscellaneous stuff, the little trim, and then there's some little I don't know what you call them over the top of the windows up there. They're little like shrouds or little rain guards that go over the top of the windows, and you put those back in. As you can tell, it's kind of gloomy outside. There's a chance of rain later today, and then there's a really big chance of rain tomorrow. So I'm gonna try to get especially the most important stuff, weather related stuff, done today, so we can get all buttoned up. So, but I wanted to show y'all something, a little trick. Maybe it will help y'all. So first, if you're a handyman, DIYer, like to do things yourself, if you don't have one of these chalk lines or chalk strings, go to Home Depot and get you one. They have so many purposes, and this is a cheap tool that will help you, and just anybody who's doing any projects where you're cutting wood, metal, not even cutting, but just needing a straight line to reference, to put something up, anything like that. These things are super handy. One of the things, the downfalls of them, for some people, if you don't know, you really need two people. So what you do is this, let me set my camera down here. So what you do is there's chalk inside of here, and there's a string in here. And you can take this, hook it to a piece of wood, piece of metal, whatever, and then this string in the middle, you can pop it like that, and it will leave a chalk line on whatever you're working on. Mainly used for cutting. If you're gonna cut a piece of plywood, something like that, it comes really handy for that. My purpose today, what I'm gonna use it for, is I'm going to use and put a line up for the underpinning all the way across the bottom of the house, and then also for the soffit where it attaches back all the way across the top. One thing that if you don't know, this little trick could be a disadvantage to you when you're using these, is it's best to have two people on a long distance. One person holding the string tight, one person to go in the middle and pop the string and put your chalk line on there. I'm gonna show y'all how y'all can do it by yourself, and it's very efficient, very easy way to do it. It's a little hack. I don't think I was ever taught this. I think I just figured it out on my own. If you're a framer, a carpenter, or something like this may be elementary to you. But if not, hey, I just like to, you know, share what I know, share my knowledge, anything that may help y'all. And I know we have some people that watch our channel and like watching our little projects and stuff, so maybe this will help somebody. So I'm gonna show y'all how I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna put a chalk line. We'll do the bottom first, all the way across where this underpinning goes, so I have a line for reference. I'll do the whole thing by myself. I'll show y'all how I'm gonna do it. So guys, right here around the corner is gonna be my point of reference right here. Now this has a little hook on the end of it that you can hook to a piece of wood or something. But for this purpose, I'm gonna put a screw in right here, exactly where I want my line to be. A nail would work also. I have screws handy. I'm gonna take this little notch in there and put it right here. And I'm gonna take my chalk line and go all the way down there. Make sure it's straight here. All right, y'all, so right here is where you would typically just hold it tight with this other point, and then you'd have somebody go about midways and then pull this string out and pop it to put that line on there. Like I said earlier, I don't have a helper here with me today, so this is an easy way to be able to do this all by yourself. Now, I gotta do the same thing up on the soffit. That's gonna be a little bit harder because I'm gonna be doing it on ladders, but the same concept. So I'm gonna put me a screw right here, like this. I'm gonna pull that string tight right here. And I'm gonna keep tension on the string, and I'm gonna go back down there and I'm gonna pop it. Once I do that, I should have a line on there. I think y'all can see that blue line on the, I don't know if I hold the camera. Right, there we go. I can barely see it through the camera. So, these two chickens are feral. We got them from some friends of ours, and they try to get out all the dang time. So, you can tell, I mean, that line, it looks good. That'll be a good point of reference, and I'll just, this underpinning has a little back piece that they snap into. This piece right here. So I'll run that down. Just, you can tell it kind of follows where the paint line is, and then I'll just keep running it straight down through there. All right, now it's time to do the soffit up there. Like I said, that's gonna take a little bit more effort. I'm gonna go get my other ladder out and then set ladders up on each end, and then do the exact same thing up there, but just doing it up on a ladder. Alrighty, maybe hard to see on the camera, but got a really good line up there as well. Now I know some of y'all may realize this, but the edge of that soffit's gonna be covered up with a piece of trim. So if the soffit, you know, if it gets a little wonky, it's gonna be hidden behind that piece of trim. But this will give me, you know, when you're up on the ladder working, going down through there, it'll just prevent me from having to get back here and eyeball it, and you know, and then making sure you know, I get down here and have it way off or something if I start on this end. So it's just a little, I mean, just a little bit easier to follow that line and get it close. And then, like I said, the trim will cover it up, and that'll be that. So, all right, about to get started. I'm gonna start up there first, and then do the underpinning. Try to get all this stuff done before the rain gets here.
Hey everybody, it is dinner time and I am doing what's for dinner. The lighting's kind of bad in here, so I apologize. Okay, there we are. What's for dinner? But I'm doing things a little bit differently. I got the Ninja Grill Foodie, the extra large. I got it for Christmas from my parents. And I didn't really think it was going to be of great use. I thought it would be something we'd use every once in a while. But as you guys have seen on another video, we roasted a whole chicken in less than an hour and it was delicious. And I thought, okay, this thing is going to be great to use. Went through the little cookbook. So when you buy it, they give you this little food extra large Ninja cookbook with a few things, and I am going to be making carne asada. Says the sandwiches. I'm not doing sandwiches. I'm actually making homemade tortillas. You guys know that's one of my favorite things to do. We're gonna make homemade tortillas. I've had the meat marinating for the last 5 hours. I just used the marinade recipe off of the cookbook. It was super easy. Let me see if I can go over it real quick with you guys. It is garlic. You can put cilantro in the marinade. My family does not like cilantro, so I omitted that. Soy sauce, cumin, orange juice, lime juice, and it calls for skirt steaks. Now, I didn't do skirt steaks. I actually have a couple cuts of venison in here, and I just cut them in half, and then I'm going to put them in the Ninja grill. Now, never had this marinade before. Don't even know what it's going to taste like. Smells good though. But the venison should have soaked up the marinade for it's been like 5.5 hours, so surely it has. And I'm going to fire up the Ninja. So the directions say you're going to turn it on and you're going to set it to the grill setting. Took me a second. I didn't know that was an option. It's going to come on high. You're going to set the timer for 11 minutes. This is what the recipe calls for. I have the grill grate in there. And then you're going to let it preheat. So I'm going to hit start, and it's going to start the preheating process. I'm going to get the meat out of the marinade, and then once that's ready, I'm going to lay it on the grill. I also cut up some onions, tossed it in canola oil. I typically use olive oil, but it does not recommend olive oil in the Ninja. So, regular canola oil.
Feeding animals.
Okay, so I'm going to dump the marinade out, and then we're going to put it on the grill when it's done preheating. So, stay tuned. Change of plans. I'm not actually going to strain the marinade. I'm actually going to leave it in there, and I'll just pull them out with the tongs, and I'll put it in there when it's done preheating. So that's what we're going to do. You can certainly, drain the marinade, but I don't think I'm going to. Then while those are cooking, we're going to go ahead and roll out the tortillas. Which kid? Easton is going to help me roll out the tortillas. The other two are actually out driving around. Sarah got her driver's license today, and twice today she has just gone driving around the back roads around here. Still for practice. We're not turning her loose just yet because I mean, just because she has her license does not mean she knows all the ways of the road. So anyways, I'm going to wait for this to preheat. We're going to put the meat on there and the onions. Easton's going to... Skylar, stop! My gosh, she's drinking so loud. We're going to put, roll out the tortillas, and then we're going to finish dinner. Okay, a little preface. It took a really long time to preheat this. I would say close to 5 minutes, so don't panic about that. All right. So in theory, when we open this and put the meat on there, it should sizzle. So I'm gonna have my meat. Pull it out with some tongs. And then I'm gonna lay it right on the grill. Ooh, that's hot. Sizzle, sizzle, sizzle. All right, and then I'm gonna I'll add the onions kind of on the side right here. I don't think it would also hurt if they kind of go on top of it. Okay, I'm gonna close it, and at the 6 minute mark, I'm gonna flip them. Okay, it said flip, so we're gonna flip it. I'm gonna kind of move the onions around. Close it back up. 5 more minutes. I'm actually going to add a couple more minutes to it. It looked like the meat was, I don't know. I think I just need to add a couple more minutes. So I'm going to turn it up to 7. Meanwhile, my little handy dandy helper is flattening the tortillas. It's one of his favorite things to do.
This is what I always do because I love it.
And then I have heated up 2 cast iron skillets. That's what I'm doing right now to cook them in. Dinner's almost ready. Okay. It's done. We're gonna take it out and we're gonna let the meat rest for about 5 minutes, and then we'll cut it. Take the onions out. Go ahead and turn this off. The onions are very well cooked. They're almost like onion rings. Not on purpose. Sarah, can you flip the 2 tortillas?
You can cook them in there?
Mm-hmm.
Skylar's.
Okay, we're gonna let it rest for about 5 minutes, and we're gonna cut it up. They've been resting for about 5 minutes. I'm gonna go ahead and cut these and see what they look like. Oh, I think they look perfect as far as wellness goes. Well, this is a thinner piece, so I guess we'll see when I cut it, the bigger pieces. Sometimes it's easier just to use your hands. My hands are clean. For whatever reason, eating tacos when the meat's cut up into little bitty pieces is just more appealing. That looks good too. This is a thicker cut too, and it looks good. So I ended up the second round when I flipped it the first time. There was 5 minutes left, and I bumped it up to 7 minutes. So I cooked it an additional 2 more minutes, and I think that was perfect for this this cut of meat. You probably just need to do what's best based on the thickness of it. I just felt like it needed to be cooked a little bit longer to our liking. Easton helped me do the tortillas. They're ready. Rice is done. The beans are done. All we gotta do is cut this up, and we will be ready to eat. It turned cold on us again in Texas, and this is a perfect meal. There you have it. Carne asada in the Ninja Food grill. Amazing, easy. I think I cooked the entire dinner, even with homemade tortillas, less than probably 45 minutes. So if I took out the homemade tortillas, it probably would take me probably 20 minutes. But overall, pretty easy. We're gonna make plates, and I'll see y'all again. Bye.